I got my test results back and I wanted to share them with you. I got my blood work back and I got my mold test back, and I did a in-body scan just to see how my weight loss is going. So here is my most recent blood work. It's this column right here, and I wanted to point out my estrogen and my progesterone. I really enjoy using myself as a science experiment and seeing how especially my products work. So if we follow this line all the way to over here, this was the last blood work in August. So just a few months, my estrogen went up and my progesterone really fell. Do you want to know what I stopped using? If you guessed my hormone balancing cream, you would be correct. I wanted to make sure to test my own body with blood that it was working, and it was. This is scary. This is entirely too low. This number is fine. It's within range. But the ratio between those two numbers makes me estrogen dominant. And with the estrogen dominance and that progesterone level, my thyroid is in the garbage can. So here's what my thyroid is doing. I'm okay with TSH, but that really should be 1.5, especially as a medicated person on NP thyroid. That's too high for a medicated person. And then my free T4, my reverse T3, and my free T3 are all low, indicating hypothyroid. So all the markers are hypo. Our body is beautiful, and I know that I like to do science experiments just because, well, it's just the way my brain is wired, and I just like to. And it's my body, and I can do what I want with it. So thyroid binding globulin is the affect of low progesterone. What that means is that level is going to be high. Even though it wasn't tested, we just automatically know with the progesterone level and all of these levels that level is going to be high. And what a high TBG level is that my hormones are binding to it and not available for my body to utilize. And I'm pretty sure that this is where my fatigue, it's part of the puzzle of my fatigue, and the fatigue is what has not improved over time. So what will I do to fix it? I will be using my tincture. Oh, you can't see that. I wonder if I can turn the light down. I will be using my hormone balancing tincture. That's still not helpful. There we go. The hormone balancing tincture. And tinctures are different than the cream in that this is like a fast acting heavy hitter, and this one is a low dose extended release. But instead of using this just right now, I am going to utilize my hormone balancing oil, which is the same oil that's in this, but it doesn't have the mango butter to make it into a creamy balm texture. It is 100% the oil with the herbs that are infused in it. So with both of these together, probably for a full cycle, whoa. Hercules knocked over my ring light a couple of times, and I think that it's passing away. That's all right. We'll get through this. So, okay, now that I got the light fixed. So I will utilize these. This one I'll probably use midday, and this one in the morning, only because I use my Peacefully Calm or my Stress Be Gone roller at bedtime, because I really want to support good sleep, because good sleep is just the foundation of health. So we've got to have good sleep. But I will use those probably for a cycle and a half. I'm right in the middle of this cycle, so I'll start today and use them for the rest of this cycle and a whole complete cycle. Then I will go back to using this, and then I'll do a blood test again in about 3 months. This is a screenshot of my mold test results off of my blog. So if you want to look at them, I can't make myself any smaller. So if you want to look at each of the three in depth, you can go to my link tree and it says like Essential Homemaker blog, and it'll say mold journey, and click on that, and these are at the very bottom of it. I just listed out everything that I have done to heal from mold, everything that my functional medicine doctor has recommended. That way you can see why I'm doing what I'm doing and save some money, because I've spent a lot of thousands of dollars. So most recently is this bottom test. I'm gonna have to get a different screenshot. So from the most recent test results, I have one mold strain present, which is ochratoxin. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do for it, what changes that I'm going to be making to do for it. My original test with this doctor back in August of 23, so a year and 3 months ago, I had 4 strains present. So I'm very, very happy with this result. I attribute it to the Shilajit that I take every day. I take a gram every day, and the glutathione that I take every day, as well as the chlorella. So 2 of the 4 other strains, we've got 2 of them that are equivocal, so they're within range. However, I would like to get them under range. So if you look, equivocal is in gliotoxin and equivocal is in, I got a trichothecene. So those 2 I'm still going to focus on to bring those down, but ochratoxin is going to need a heavy bath here. I will be making my own capsules of a 50-50 blend of bentonite clay and zeolite, and I'm trying to figure out which probiotic. There's a Saccharomyces cerevisiae and Boulardii that bind mycotoxins. I know that there is I know at least one person that rants very heavily about not taking a Saccharomyces for mold because it is a mold, but it actually binds mycotoxins, which is the point. So I kind of understand, but if it binds ochratoxins, I'm going to take it, because the number 1 side effect of having high ochratoxin is fatigue. So not only do I have low progesterone contributing to fatigue, I have hypothyroid and ochratoxin. So if we really have to understand that as a provider, as an integrative health practitioner, just because we don't necessarily like something doesn't mean that it's not going to benefit another person. And I think that we need to check our biases at the door when we're helping people and making content. I apologize for that rant. That's all I wanted to share with you, is that things are looking good. It's pretty clear about what's causing the fatigue. I'm glad it wasn't an Epstein-Barr virus, because that's what I thought that it might be, copper ceruloplasmin dysfunction, something like that. But it's looking like that the root is probably low progesterone. So I'm going to focus there. I'm going to go back to using what I know works, what I have clear record that works, and we'll see what happens in 3 months.